the Artist Interrogations podcast.
So how you doing?
Good. Literally just woke up. Currently somewhere in Oregon.
Somewhere in Oregon? Okay.
Really.
Yeah, because I know you guys were on tour, and I saw California were your next three to four stops, I should say.
Yeah. I think San Francisco got canceled due to reasons I don't know. I don't make the rules, but I think the next show is in Sacramento.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I'm from Seal Beach, California, the southern coast near Los Angeles, that area. So that's awesome.
Lucky you.
Come out to East Idaho to do radio, and it's totally different. Totally different.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, here's the thing. I didn't realize Idaho was like honestly so close to like California and all those states.
Yeah.
They like borders it, right?
No, California is California, Nevada, Utah, Idaho.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like borders. It borders Oregon, right?
It borders borders Oregon. Yeah, I think I always get
and Washington all the way up to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I get Oregon and Washington like mismatched sometimes. I think Oregon's the topmost state, but it's Washington's the topmost state. Then Oregon, right above California. Wasn't good at geography.
Yeah, we're in tonight. I wasn't great at it either. I'm learning it though as we go.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So thank you for doing this. Nice to meet you finally. And of course, would love to talk about, we've been playing Plastic Heart quite a lot, and I've been introduced to you guys with that. And I've been listening to, of course, all the other tracks, and I love all the different top 40 rock renditions. But then I go to your website, Fam on Fire is not a cover band. And I just love that headline there.
Yeah. We've been working on changing that. I still don't know why we haven't changed it yet. We wrote that a while ago.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we're not a cover band.
Yeah, no, Blinding Lights was perfect. I love especially one right now. I've been listening to that one just nonstop, and I just love hearing like that beat to it. And are you guys like heavily influenced by top 40 music when it comes to your own thing, or are you just kind of like, hey, we'll cover this song because we like it, sort of thing, or what's the tactic?
I think it's more we cover it because it's going to sound good. But from us covering it, if it wasn't going to sound good, we want to cover it. But we're definitely influenced in a way that's like we learned how to write good songs by covering the best songwriters. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we learned how to write really good songs, in my opinion, is we would do a cover of this top 40 pop song and understand what made it so good. So when it came to writing our own music, we understood how to make our own music good.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I've been listening to Levels, came out in 2020, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was cool. And then, of course, that was the whole pandemic year. So were you guys just doing your own thing while that was going on, or?
The Levels was finished like at the end of 2019. And then, you got to gear up for like release and things like that. So we were gearing up for release, and then COVID hit, and we were like, okay, well, what do we do now? We have no idea what we're going to do. And then we waited like 9 months, and we were like, okay, screw it. We need to release this album. Like by the point that we released Levels, we were already working on a second album. Nice. So we were like, we need to just get this out there because it's going to feel very dated to us by the time it's released. Which it already did feel dated to us by the time it was released. It did great for us, but we already had a lot of new material ready to go by the time we released Levels.
And I love the cover, the Donkey Kong on the TV, and I've been listening to interviews from previous times that you were talking to people, and you're heavily into video games and anime and all that, those two fields. Yeah, I love so what do you play video games on? Just PC, Xbox, PlayStation? What is it?
I am a PC master race kind of guy. I'm a legitimate gamer. So I'm a PC and I have my Switch, and those are the two things. I have a gaming laptop that I bring with me on tour. And last night, instead of going to the bar and hanging out with everybody, I came back to the bus and I sat down by myself in the bus and played Overwatch for like 5 hours.
That's exactly what I would do if I was in a band too, because I'm just playing video games nonstop. Whenever I'm not in here, I have an Xbox One and it's slowly dying, and I'm like, I want to make the switch to the Xbox Series X, but it's so much money, and I'm just like, I can't. PCs are incredibly expensive. Our morning show guy, Victor Wilt, is buying his own and already pre-built, and he's dropping a whole bunch of money on it, and his wife isn't happy about it. But it's funny just to like the PC type of crap. The PC, if I could do it, I would, but I can. Are you good with keyboard and mouse gaming like that, or do you use a controller?
Yeah, no, I literally have a mouse right next to me. I game only with a mouse and keyboard.
Nice.
So I have like a little setup So when we're on the road, we have like a studio setup. So one right now, like we did that cover on the road. We recorded that on the road. And so that studio setup I also use to game. So I have like a mouse pad and I have enough mouse space to play games. Now you can't play while driving because it's impossible, especially with like in shaking, you can't aim. But yeah, if we're parked up somewhere, we're usually driving when we're sleeping. I mean, like, we're driving right now, but everybody else is sleeping because it's only 9 a.m. here. But yeah, I just whenever we're parked up and I get a chance to game, I'm gonna be gaming.
I also noticed on the website too, you guys built your own studio, or is that kind of outdated too? Like I noticed, like you guys built. It says you self-produced, even mixed your own album, and even built your own home studio.
Yeah, no, that's true. Everything's like. So I built. It's a me thing. It's like I built my own studio. I've been running a studio for years now. I've been doing it since 2010. So I've been doing it for a long time. And so being the lead singer of the band, took it upon myself to record and mix and do literally everything for the band. So yeah, we have our own like warehouse that we practice out of, that we have a studio out of, that we have a psych wall for shooting videos. So yeah, it's a really cool setup that we got going on.
Yeah, I bet you guys just have a lot of fun in there, because that's what I'd be doing. Whenever I'm in here, I'm just messing around with different things. Do you guys kind of do that, like mess around and like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. Let's see if we can build something out of this.
Totally. We're pretty like, we run it very business-esque when we're like getting down to it. It's like, okay, we're gonna book some time in. We're gonna get in. We're in that like mentality of.
Oh, it just completely froze on me. Let's see. There we go. So the whole Zoom just kind of crashed there for a second. No worries.
It's just because we're moving.
Yeah, I get it.
I have the hotspot for my phone.
Gotcha. Well, so thank you for doing this, for driving, touring, getting interviews, doing that sort of thing. Plastic Heart, we've been playing that on K-Bear quite a lot, and obviously I would love to know the origin of that song and how you guys developed that and created it and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, totally. And really appreciate that, by the way. So Plastic Heart was one of those songs where we had a bunch of material for the and I remember I left for 2 weeks and I was going through some like crazy mental ups and downs, and I left, and I was not part of the writing process or anything for 2 weeks. The whole album got kind of put on hiatus for a minute, and I came back hating everything we did up to that point for the second album. And it pissed some people off because we were already working for 6 months on this album. And I said, no, we need to scrap everything. Like, this is all, I hate all this music that we're working on. It just sounds like an extension of Levels. I don't want it to be an extension of Levels. We need to write something that is very out of the box and is totally different from anything we've done before. And me being one of the main songwriters and Blake being one of the main songwriters, Blake was very upset with me, rightfully so. But what happened out of that was that we, everyone, kind of got put their heads together. Like, okay, well, let's come up with something that we all can enjoy then. So we were working with our producer, Arceus, and we were sitting down and we were just shooting out ideas. And Blake came up with that like intro synth melody. He came up with that, and right away, everyone was like, okay, this is very, very cool. Let's work on this. So right from there, we threw drums and guitars on it and just started like jamming like with this riff, because that song started out way heavier than it is today. It was a 4.5 minute song. So from it being a 4.5 minute song, having like this heavier intro riff, we're like, okay, let's cut it down and let's see what melodies we can throw over it. So from there, Blake and I came up with the melody and the concept of Plastic Heart, and just it's basically just like I specific use for the song, but the gist of it in my head was watching somebody change into something that they are, like a person you can no longer recognize. And obviously it's a love interest in your life. So for me, and really quick, when it comes to writing lyrics, like we'll spit some out on the spot. Like we'll just spit out a line. Like Plastic Heart was one of those lines that we just spit out on the spot. So we'll spit out something on the spot, and then I'll take it back and like go over the lyrics again and again, just to make sure everything is perfect the way that I want it. We got the hook down. The hook didn't actually change too much from what we like originally freestyled. Went in there, did the demo vocals, and then Blake told me, he's like, yo, how sick would it be if you were like to rap on this song? And I was just like, I don't rap. Well, I don't know what you're saying to me. And he goes, yeah, but like you could just try something like this. And he kind of did the like he kind of broke it down like what he heard or rhythm wise in his head. And I was like, okay, I mean, like that sounds cool and all, like the rhythm's really cool, but like I'm gonna sound like the whitest white boy ever trying to do this rap. And he's like, just give it a shot. Let's get some lyrics down. He's like, I know you can do it, but you just gotta like definitely try and be confident with it. And I said, after a little bit of back and forth, I said, okay, well, let's do it. So I went in and hit this rap verse. The lyrics were a little bit different than what the final is, but yeah, I hit it and I said, okay, if I practice this, I can definitely get it down really well. So I hit it and it came out really sick. And then we sent the demo over to our label after sending them, countless demos of all these other songs. And everyone was like, this is awesome. Whatever you guys are doing right now, do more of this. And so Plastic Heart was kind of like the start of what is LP2. After 6 months of writing, we kind of scrapped everything. And Plastic Heart was the start of that new Fame on Fire sound.
Yeah, it was fantastic because when you started rapping or you rapped in the song, I was kind of like, oh, okay, like he's experienced this before. I never would have thought that you were new to doing that because when you said whitest white boy trying to do it, that's me trying to do that sort of thing. I could never do. Did you watch like Mike Shinoda and like try to copy his style when learning to do this sort of thing or?
No, but I've definitely listened to plenty of Mike Shinoda. So I don't even know what the hell my reference was. I just didn't want to sound like the stereotypical white boy rapping. I don't know. And that was the big thing for me. I wanted to make it like very cool sounding and I wanted to sound cool doing it because, I care about that.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. You seem like a guy that wants everything to be 100% perfect. And I kind of think of the same thing. Like if I'm off one day, then I'm like, oh, that bugs me the entire rest of the day until tomorrow, that sort of thing. So you obviously you have Plastic Heart. Then you have, what was it? Lost in Doubt. Was it that one? Like, so is this now the buildup of another album? Because I know you just said you released the one back in 2020. It was done at the end of 2019. Are you guys gearing up for another album with Plastic Heart, Lost in Doubt?
Yeah, totally. We're totally gearing up for another album. Release date, don't really know when it's coming out yet. But I will tell you that the album is done.
Oh, very cool. That's terrific. I like that. Yeah, that's awesome because I'm excited for it. I know listeners, we always love introducing them, especially to newer bands, and Victor does an amazing job of finding out, who's breaking through. And I'm glad you guys are getting the recognition for all of your songs because it's funny to see these bands go. Fame on Fire is not a cover band, and you do all these covers, and then but then you also come up with your own original content, and you just do your own thing. I just love the whole like do your own thing type of style.
Yeah. It's really interesting. Like, there used to be like a massive stigma around doing covers. Like no more than like 5 years ago, like even less probably. There was this massive stigma around doing covers. And as the industry has evolved and as, TikTok has become a very prevalent thing, fans don't care. Like fans don't care if you're doing covers or releasing originals. They just want to hear your music. So, that's been really cool for us because we're able to, hit all these little covers on TikTok. Even things like one right now where we're not going to do a music video for it because there's no reason to do a music video for it. We're going to hit a really simple TikTok video, post it up on TikTok and then drop it on Spotify. And, it's one of those things where like we thought about this. It doesn't affect our image in any way because it just goes to Spotify and the people that want to hear it are going to hear it. The people that are in for the originals and want to see the original content and the imagery behind the original content, they're going to get that on the YouTube. We're going to promote the hell out of our originals. The covers are kind of just like, hey, they're up on TikTok. They get hundreds of thousands of views on TikTok. And then people are going to go check them out on Spotify. So, and people don't hold that over our head anymore because there was definitely a lot of gatekeeping with us where a lot of people are like, yeah, you guys just do covers. That's it. You guys are a cover band. And it's like, well, there's more to us because, while doing these covers over the past 5-6 years, there's been originals alongside of the entire time.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think you hit something really, really heavy there about like the future of like, not even like music videos, just putting your songs on TikTok. Cause I was talking to Kyle from Black Light District, who's also like, who found his career based off of Minecraft YouTube videos. He put his music on those. and people started listening to them. And of course, I think you just said something like, of course, you said TikTok, putting your music on TikTok, and younger people are now like, oh, what's this band? Going to your music directly on Spotify. Is that the tactic you think that's going to happen for all these future bands?
Yeah, I think it's the most powerful social media website right now. There's nothing more powerful than TikTok right now. Facebook it's cringy. Instagram is pretty cringy as well. A little bit less, but it's still Facebook. And TikTok is just one of those platforms that like people can instantly consume what you are producing. They get it instantly. They don't have to click on it or anything like that. They just keep swiping through their For You page. And so if you're lucky enough to get on somebody's For You page, and they'll find your music. And you know the best way to do that is by keep putting out more and more content. So I think it's the best way to get fans. Anybody that refuses to do TikTok, I honestly think is just throwing. If you're not doing TikTok, basically, I don't know what you are doing.
That's so funny because I have like a giant dread of doing TikTok videos because we have to post here and try to get some stuff. I'm like, what are the kids even doing? Like, I feel so old using TikTok. I'm like, what do I do to get our things to go viral? But I did like some anti-request because one listener was ragging on Five Finger Death Punch, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and put one of their songs on and say, oh, this guy requested it and got like 11,000 views, and I felt famous. But I think you're right there with TikTok, you know?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, well.
Yeah, it's the most powerful platform ever.
Perfect. That's it. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining me today.
Awesome. Yeah, I really appreciate it, man.
Awesome. Nice talking to you.
The Artist Interrogations podcast is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.